Hey Avish, what's up, man?
How's it, Sid? How you doing, buddy?
Great, man. Nice to see South Africa finally get over the line, and that too, the toughest format of the game. So, what are your thoughts, man?
Absolutely. I mean, what a start to the weekend, man. What a start to the weekend. What can I say? 27 years of pain.
Mm.
27 years of pain. It's all been put to bed by this performance. Fantastic performance. I mean, it wasn't a perfect performance. It wasn't a perfect test match, but the way the boys rallied
Mm.
back, I mean, after getting bundled out for 138, the way the bowlers fought back in that second innings,
Yes.
bowling Australia out for 207. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of people didn't give us an opportunity to win this game. 282 was too much, but I mean, Aiden, that was an innings for the ages. That was an innings for the ages. I mean, he comes out with these kind of performances now and then. I mean, we all know what a quality player Aiden is,
Mm-hmm.
and we wish he was more consistent. But I
Mm.
mean, he is a player of great innings, and we saw one today. I mean, boy, this is career defining for him as a player. And then, of course, Captain Courageous Temba. I mean, with a hamstring,
Mm.
staying out there
Mm.
and getting the job done with Aiden. I mean, that massive stand that took the game away from the Aussies, and also mentioned to Vian as well. I mean, him coming in with the early wicket of Rickleton, I thought that was a master stroke from Shukri to put him at number three. He really kind of broke the chase down and got that shine off the new ball, and it made it easier for Aiden and Temba to play their game. Uh, but yeah, I mean, fantastic performance. I'm so proud of the boys, and I mean, it's a good feeling to be a champion for once, eh? I mean, I
Yeah.
felt like a champion waking up this morning. So yeah, it's a great feeling. Great feeling.
Yeah, man. It's so good for Test cricket, especially now in the next Test cycle now. And now, the man of the match could have gone to also to Rabada because he bowled fantastically well. But then I think when you look at how the batsmen have struggled on this pitch, it made sense in hindsight that I think Markram was deserved in the man of the match. Although I thought you could have had both of them. What were your thoughts? Could you have had both man of the matches?
Absolutely. I mean, if it was me, I would probably have shared the award because KG's spell was unbelievable, Sid. I mean,
Hmm.
on the opening day, winning the
Hmm.
toss. I mean, Grey Skies. I mean, he was superb. He was superb. He got rid of that top order of Australia, and even in the second innings, I mean, boy, there was some of those dismissals that were quite identical. I mean, especially the one to Kawaja. Kawaja
Hmm.
couldn't really get a foothold in this game, and KG, that was KG at his best. And I know
Hmm.
Kawaja in the BGT, he said that he was getting boomerad
Hmm.
by Bumrah a lot, and I think this time he got rabadad twice
Yes.
in the inning. So
Yes.
unbelievable performance on KG. I mean, the bowlers set the game up for the batters, and I mean, I'm so happy
Hmm.
that the batters
Hmm.
came to the party because I mean, the first innings
Hmm.
was really disappointing from a betting point of view, and I was coming to a point where I was losing hope because a 70-run deficit against Australia really tough, but I was
Yeah.
so impressed with the way the bowlers came back, and even Lungi as well. I
Yes.
mean, although Lungi, I mean, there was a lot of question marks on Lungi selection. I mean,
Hmm.
everybody thought that Patterson might play, but I mean, boy, oh boy, didn't he come to the party in that second innings? And I mean, the wickets that he took were so
Yeah.
crucial, especially the one of Smith, because Smith made a good fist of it in the first innings, and also Bo Webster, which I think he was a bit
Hmm.
lucky in the first innings to be given not
Hmm.
out. So I mean, the
Yeah.
umpiring to me in this game, I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much, but I think there was some poor umpiring, especially in the Aussie first innings. Some of those decisions were really, very poor decisions by the umpires. But I think they got better as the game went on. So I don't want to talk about the umpires. I mean, I don't want to take
Hmm.
anything away from what SA has achieved here. It's a phenomenal achievement to win the WTC final, especially against a team like Australia, a team that has had the wood over SA, especially in knockout games over the years.
Mm.
A fantastic achievement, and I'm sure the boys are so ecstatic. I'm sure the party is still going on. They're so relieved to get over the line. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm really ecstatic about that. And I don't want to speak about the umpiring. I just want to speak about the performance. And I thought it was a clinical performance, especially with the bat to chase those 282 runs.
Yeah, I think we also let ourselves down in the reviews in the first innings because I think that was one we could have reviewed if you remember, and then I think Australia there was one for them they could have reviewed, but then the match was already over if you remember where Verena did that weird shot for the winning runs and then kind of it's good for Australia in a way because imagine if we were 8 down or 9 down and had that review that would have been really killing them if that was the case. Remember that Lion one where I think he had Stokes LBW, but the umpire gave the not out. So I think the commentators were kind of making fun of that situation.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for the Aussies, they blew all their reviews. So at that point, I mean, looking at it from a naked
Mm.
eye, I also got a feeling that it was
Uh-huh.
out, but I mean that's how the game goes sometimes, Sid.
Yeah.
I mean it goes for you, it doesn't go for you. I mean, Bo Webster was out in the first innings.
Mm.
Unfortunately, the keeper, the umpire didn't spot that one. He thought it was an inside edge, but it hit his back pad
Mm.
and he was plumb in front. So
Okay.
sometimes it goes for you, sometimes it doesn't. But I think Australia they got a bit desperate yesterday with the reviews and they blew all three. So
Of course. Yeah.
that's how the game goes. Yeah, but I just want to say something.
What were you? Uh huh. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh, sorry.
this win is really important, not just for the Proteas, but also for world
Of
cricket
course.
in a way. Because I mean, if
Mm.
Australia won, I mean, nothing else would have changed. So, I mean, you talk about the narrative. The narrative wouldn't
Yeah.
change regarding how SA
Yeah.
are viewed in world cricket, and I think the narrative has changed now. I mean, gone are the days when you're talking about that C word. I mean, the C word was always something that was
Mm.
used so oftenly. If you see social media, I mean, I was actually getting kind of disgusted when I saw that C word after Friday night because after Friday
Mm.
night, SA were in the box C. They only needed 69 to win, and I was a bit
Mm.
disgusted to see that C word in social media. But I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I think for now that word has been put to bed. And, I mean, what a weight off these players' shoulders, Sid. What a weight off these players' shoulders. I mean, um, it's like the monkey is off their back now.
Okay. Um. Sorry about that. I wanted to reply to a. Okay. What were your thoughts on the pitch? You know, because the pitch was really so bowler friendly. But then the commentator did mention whenever it's sunny, it becomes really batsman friendly. And then I started to think the weather gods are going to be on our side because the moment we bowled Australia out, 8 down, if you remember, I think it was on the third day. And it's a good thing we had them 8 down because if they were only 5 down, we might have been chasing them with 350 on that pitch if you think about it. So I think, thank God, we did very well with the ball. We reviewed better, and yeah, what were your thoughts, man, on the pitch, especially?
Yeah, so it was a typical Lord's wicket, I would say, because, I mean, the first 2 days were really good for bowling.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, the third day was the
Mm.
best time for batting. And I mean, if
Mm.
Hazelwood and Cummins,
Mm.
if Hazelwood and Stark
Yeah.
could last almost a
Clark, yeah.
session, Stark could last almost a session. I mean, you got a feeling it was a good batting wicket. But I just want to say something. I think it was a blessing in disguise, Sid, for us to
Uh-huh.
get bowled out for 138 because
Mm.
we got the better of the bowling conditions
Mm.
on day two. And I think that those conditions assisted the
Mm.
bowlers. So when SA came to bat second innings, I mean, it was bright skies, the pitch had flattened,
Mm.
and it was a perfect day for batting. And I'm so
Mm.
happy that the boys cashed in there and got the runs. Because you saw yesterday as well, I mean, there was some nerves with regards to the run rate. And the pitch was doing a bit. It was a bit up and down. I
Mm.
don't know if you noticed, there were a few balls that kept low.
Yeah,
Lion was
Lion
getting
was
some
getting
grip. So
yeah, Lion was getting some
I
turn.
I
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm really happy that it was only 69, because if it was 169 or 150, it could have been a very tricky kind of chase. That you just never know. You just never know. So I think it was a blessing in disguise that we got bowled out the time we did get bowled out, and the bowlers came out firing in good bowling conditions and got the job done.
Yeah, not to sound unintentionally racial, but I seem to notice that that like when it comes to rugby and now in cricket, I think it's good that we have Africans as captains because they seem to be really cool cats, so calm, and it's so nice because Bavuma doesn't get the credit that he's due. So I'm so happy for him, and hopefully it's the first of many Test titles. Eh?
I'm so proud of him. Honestly, I'm really very proud of him, because this is a guy. Let's be honest, Sid. I mean, he was made T20
Mm-hmm.
captain uh, about 4 years ago, and
Mm.
he was
Mm.
actually brought in to fail, because I mean, if you look at Bavuma, Bavuma was never going to be a T20 player. He was never going to be a T20 grade. That's not his format. And now you're forcing a guy into a
Mm.
format, and also as a captain, I think it was manufactured for him to fail, which I thought was
Mm.
very, very disappointing in a way. I mean, Bavuma is
Mm.
not a T20 player. I mean, if you look at his ODI record, definitely, I would say there is an ODI play there. But in terms of T20, he was just manufactured to fail. And this is the format where Temba has always you've kind of seen the best of him. And he proved it this time around. He proved the doubters wrong. I'm just so happy for him that he
Mm-hmm.
proved the doubters wrong once and for all, that, you know, this team can win, and they can win under my captaincy. And I mean, let's not talk about his grit and courage, because he's got a lot of that in him. And yeah, I mean, you're talking about him. I mean, as a black man, uh, being the leader of this team, I think it says a lot. It does say a lot about how Kemba can actually grow this game in the country, and people, and a lot of people, especially black kids out there, will look up to him now as a role model. And a lot of black kids will want to take up this game, which is what we want in a way. We want the majority of our population to be interested in this game, and that's where we're going to get our next superstar. That's where we're going to get our next Temba Bavuma, our next KG Rabada, our next Ngidi. Those are the players that we're looking out for now. So what he's done by winning this, he's inspired the next generation of cricketers to come through. So I think, totally agree with you. It's amazing. It's amazing, and I hope cricket can take the same thing leaf out of rugby, because I think when Sia won the World Cup, the first World Cup was phenomenal. I mean, the kind of a spotlight that it got, and so many kids took up after him. And I hope we can get the same thing with cricket, and I hope this team is actually honored for what they've done, because it's a phenomenal achievement what they may be able to achieve, especially in, as you say, the toughest form of the game, Test cricket.
Yes. In hindsight, and I know it's going to sound a bit crazy, but in hindsight, considering how close we were getting and how much we were believing at the cricket team, considering how we were doing the best, I was kind of having this feeling that we were going to clinch it this time because this bunch of players are much more fearless compared to previous generations. Like I think Pollock said it best when he said that this is not the best SA cricket team, but they managed to find a way. So I think Pollock said it best. What do you think?
No, absolutely, and I think you got to give credit to Coach Shukri as well,
Mm.
and the coaching staff, because they put that belief. And something that Mulder said on Friday, I think after the close of play, he said that
Mm-hmm.
the coach took the fear out of the chase, because he said, you know what,
Mm.
if you're going to do anything, just do it with conviction. Just go out there and
Mm.
express yourself. And I think that was what they did. They went out and expressed themselves. And I think the coaching staff needs to be given a lot of credit. They've really motivated the side in terms
Mm.
of not fearing failure. And I think that's the biggest hurdle. That's the one hurdle to overcome if you want to start winning things as a nation. And I just hope it kind of continues. But I mean, I'm immensely proud of Shukri. Ever since he's taken over as coach, I think the
Mm.
test team has been going in the right direction. So I
Yeah.
don't know if you agree with me. But I mean, barring
Mm.
that India
Yeah.
test in that on that absolute graveyard of a pitch, and the New Zealand series, I think it's been top notch. And Kemba as a
Mm.
captain has been unbeaten so far. He's won 9 out of 9.
Mm.
So brilliant, brilliant. I think everything is clicking with Kemba and Shukri, and I think this team is just growing from strength to strength. But yeah, they look fearless. They look fearless because that's where the motivation is coming from, the coaching staff. They are instilling this motivation into these players that you got to go for it. You can do this. You can win. You can chase the score down. There's no fear of failure anymore, which is amazing to see.
Yeah, and I think since we've got this test win, it wouldn't surprise me if we got the win in South Africa. But although I'm not trying to put the jinx on them, but let's say it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Shukri has obviously taken over the white ball team, so
Mm.
I'm really excited to see what he can do with the white ball team as well. I mean, you've got a T20 World Cup next year. I mean, there seems to be an ICC tournament every
Mm.
year now, which is exciting for us fans. So I'd like to see what he can do with his T20 side and ODI side, because what he's done with the Test team has been phenomenal so far,
Mm.
Sid.
That's
So
true.
yeah, I mean, I think after this now, it's obviously a lot of focus on white ball cricket as well, because you've got the T20 World Cup and obviously Mission 2027 with regards to the 50 over World Cup being played here back home. So exciting times ahead. But I also think he's going to prioritize Test cricket as well, and I hope CSA as well. They can try and obviously organize some matches this summer, because when I look at the schedule, I didn't see any Test matches for this summer schedule, which is a bit disappointing. But hopefully, after this triumph, we could see a change of heart from CSA, and they could schedule some Test matches for the summer. Because I mean, this is a nation that has a rich history in Test cricket, and you wouldn't want it to go a summer without seeing any Test cricket. So I think it's very important to schedule some Test matches this summer. So
Yeah, I think we can go on about SA's great win, but let's get to the much-awaited England and India. If I'm correct, they're playing 4 test matches. Oh no, I'm lying. It's 5 test matches. If I'm
five.
correct. Yep. Let me just double check that with you quickly. Let's double check that on my side. Let's go here. Sorry about that. Let me just refresh here. Here it is. Fixtures and results. Fixtures. I know that at the moment they're doing a tour match between themselves, India and India A, so that's a bit pointless. Not they're pointless, but it's just fun and games. Yeah, it's 5 test matches. Okay, I was right. The first one is going to be at Leeds. If I'm correct, that's at Headingley, right? At Leeds.
Yeah, that's correct, Headingley. So yeah, no, you know what? I've been quite impressed with India's preparation going into this Test series. Sir.
Hmm.
I think they're trying to play as much red ball cricket as possible to get
Hmm.
acclimatized to conditions. So they're taking this Test series really, really, seriously, and why wouldn't they? So I mean, this is a new dawn now. I mean, Shubman Gill is skipper
Hmm.
after Rohit retired, and obviously Kohli as well
Hmm.
announced his retirement from Test matches. I mean, you could see it coming in a way.
Hmm.
So you know what? This is a new era, and I'm
Hmm.
excited to see what this young Indian team
Hmm.
can do in the UK with regards to this tour. I do think they have the bowling attack to
Yeah.
to really trouble England. If
Yeah.
I look at the bowling attack, they do have the weapons to trouble England, and obviously they've got the number one bowler in the world at the moment in Bumrah, and I mean he can win a game on his own single-handedly. So I mean they're always going to be a threat with the bowling attack. I think my one concern, if I think about it, is the batting set. And if you
Hmm.
agree with me, but there is a little bit of inexperience there.
Yeah.
But I
Before
think their
we
bowling can really keep them in the series here, big time.
before we get to that, let's just look at the squads quickly with England. They got Stokes, Bettle, Harry Brook. Bryden Cass, Sam Cook, Ben Duckett, Overton, Jamie Overton, Ollie Pope, Joe Root, Bush Smith, Josh Tongue, Chris Wokes. What do you think of that squad so far for England?
Yeah, I think the batters pick themselves. I think you probably know who's the top seven batters there. But I think the bowling is going to be a bit interesting because you've got Bashir. So the question is, if Stokes is going to be bowling, are you going to play maybe Bashir, or are you going to go to full prong pace attack? But I think they would play Bashir as spin option because they want a bit of variety. But it's going to be interesting to see what kind of pace bowling attack they actually have, because you said they've got Bryden Cass, Josh Tongue as well, hey?
Yes.
I mean, Atkinson, we've seen a bit of Gus. I thought he had a good start to his career, but I think the real test comes now, Sid. In these two big series coming up this year with India, and obviously at the end of the year at Christmas is the Ashes. So I think his big test is going to come now. But I think the top seven, if you think about it, I mean, if I could go through it, you've got Crawley, you've got Duckett.
Yes.
And I think number 3 would be. Sorry, you said something?
No.
Yeah, so it's Duckett, Crawley. I'm thinking Pope at number 3, Root.
Yes.
Rooty at 4.
That sounds right.
Who's going to be at 5?
You could probably have Jamie. Sorry, I'm lying. You could actually have Jamie Smith there.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, eh? But if you look at the last Test match, Harry Brook at number 5, and then you got Stokesy at 6, and then you got Jamie Smith at 7. So apologies, man. I misspoke. So it's definitely going to be Crawley, Crawley, Duckett, Pope, Root. Then you've got Brook at number 5, Stokes at 6, and then you got Jamie Smith at number 7. So I think the top 7 picks itself, Sid, in a way. It's going to be interesting to see whether they play Atkinson and Wokes, or they leave one of them out, because I think
he's not in the squad, eh?
He's not in the squad.
No, I think he's injured.
Really?
Yeah, he's injured. Yeah, he must be injured, because a guy of that quality would be in the squad automatically. I think he's injured.
Yeah, of course, man, of course. So I mean, that's a big hit for them, because if I'm looking at the bowling reserves, I don't think it's looking a bit thin. I mean, if you take away Wokes' experience, I mean, there's not a lot of experience in that bowling attack, eh?
Yeah, Wokes will definitely be there. He'll play, so he'll
probably Wokes at 8.
Yeah, then you'll have Tongue. That'll be number 9. Then you have Bashir at number 10. Then who'll be your number 11? Oh yeah, then Bryden Cass. Forgot about him. He'll be the last one, I guess.
Oh, sorry. So you were saying Wokes, Bashir, Tongue, and Cass?
Yeah.
Probably, but I think Bryden Cass is probably decent with the bat, so I think they might play him at number 9, and then you got Josh Tongue and obviously Bashir at number 11. So I think that's pretty much the England team for me, at the moment.
Yeah.
Given that Atkinson is injured, so I mean, if India are looking at the bowling attack, what do you think? I think they fancy them chances. What do you think?
It's a good point, actually, because it's funny that many people are favouring England, but even Stephen Harmison is very worried about England's bowling attack. So, especially despite the fact they beat Zimbabwe quite badly, their bowling.
Yeah.
Even Harmison was actually quite worried about their bowling. Only Bashir was the best bowler, I think, in that match. So, my only curiosity would be on the pitches, because normally England thrive on those flat pitches, but with that bowling attack, if India can grind those poor bowlers down, it's going to be really fun to see. I think England's best chance of winning is to get back to those traditional pitches, eh? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. But I got a feeling, Sid, that the pitches might be quite flat. Because, I mean, if the Zimbabwe test is anything to go by, I think the pitches are going to be pretty flat, Sid. So there's a possibility that England will be trying to get as many runs as possible, and hopefully the conditions suit them and they get the right bowling day. Because I mean, when the sun is out against that attack, I think you can make merry as an Indian team, eh?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the English India squad quickly. Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, Akashdeep, Arshdeep Singh, Jasprit Bumrah, Abhimanyu, Iswaran, Ravindra Jadeja, Jasvi Jaiswal, Dhruv Jarel, Kuldeep Yadav, Siraj, Kurun Nair, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Prasid Krishna, KL Rahul, Saitu Darshan, Shardul Thakur, and Washington Sundur. That's a lot of talent.
It
Now,
is.
that's gonna be quite difficult to pick a squad. Although it's
So I give you
inexperienced,
my
pardon?
England 11.
Yeah.
Now this is a challenge for you. Can you give me your Indian 11 for the first
Okay.
test?
Okay. It's gonna be. I think the predictable part will be Yashish Jaiswal. It's gonna be opening the batting. The second
Absolutely.
one, yeah, the second one, if I can remember, they're gonna probably put KL Rahul opening the batting, and then number three, they'll probably put.
Gill.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Gil. I think they might actually do it in a way that they'll probably have Gil. I have a year that Gil might be at number four, so we'll put they're gonna put four with Gil. Number five will be Karun Nair because I'd love to see him play, and then number six you could have Abhinyu Iswaran, and I know that sounds a bit far fetched
Probably.
at the moment, but
I'm thinking Nitish Kumar might
pardon,
play number 6.
pardon.
Nitish Kumar, ready?
I think you're probably better number six actually. Oh no, who did I say
Yeah,
was number
probably.
six?
Yeah, and then you'll have
Okay.
Pant at 7, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
UV's
So
favorite player.
yeah, so there is place for Sai Sudarshan in this team as well, because you can put him at number
Three.
4, number
I'm
3.
assuming, and then Shulman Gill will be number four from what I hear from the selector. Although I love to
Shubman
see him
Gill.
play,
Okay,
but
so you can put Sai Sudarshan at number
at
3.
three, I'd
To
love
be
to see him
honest with you,
play.
Sid, I actually think Sai Sudarshan is good enough to open in this team, but
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
think they wouldn't blood him, so early as an opener. I think they'll still probably give KL and Jaiswal
Yeah.
the go, because I think in the last series in the BGT, that's exactly what happened. KL and Jaiswal opened, so I think they want to keep that combination going.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 5, interesting, Karun Nair returned back to Test cricket.
Yes.
That's gonna be one to watch out for, to see, because I mean he's scoring a bucket load of runs in the warm up games, eh? And
And
then
then
what
who
about
did
the
I?
bowling attack?
But I think we missed about Nitish Kumar already. I think he'll definitely play because he can bowl as well.
Yeah,
And
obviously
then,
Nitish will probably bat at 6, I would say.
oh, then where do we put Iswaran? Do you think Iswaran will not play? No, actually, let's start over. We got, we got Jace, we got Jaiswal, we got KL Rahul, we got
Jaiswal,
KL Rahul. Then we got Sai Sudarshan number three,
Sai
and
Sudarshan, yeah,
then Shubman Gill number
Gill,
four, number
Gill,
four,
yeah,
and then number five. Did we say it'll be Karun Nair, right? At number
Karun
five.
Nair. I definitely think it's going to be Karun Nair.
Yeah, number five. And then number six, I was assuming it was going to be Eastwood, but I don't think that would be possible. So I think you might have Nitish Kumar Reddy at number six. Yes, I got it. Number six will be Nitish Kumar Reddy. Number seven will be Ravindra Jadeja because they'll need his batting. Okay, I see. Number seven will
Oh
be
yeah, I
Ravindra
mean
Jadeja.
I forgot about Jadu.
Mm.
So this is interesting now, because I think Jadeja player bats quite high up the order as well. So I actually don't know if Sai is going to get a game here. I probably think there's only place for one, if possible, because I mean you're talking about Jadeja now. Jadeja normally bats high up the order in Test matches. Am I right?
No, I think our order is fine at the moment because we said number six was going to be Nitish Kumar Reddy. Number seven will be Ravindra Jadeja. That's fine. Then number eight, you can start getting in the bowlers. So number eight, you could say is Shardul Thakur because he's got brilliant
Yeah, but we
experience.
forgot
And then
about Pant. Sid. We forgot about Pant, because
have we?
if Nitish is batting at 6, who's going to bat at number 7?
Ah, damn it. Oh, that means maybe if that's the case,
I think Sai
maybe that.
Sudarshan might not play.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, although I'd love to see Sai Sudarshan play. Oh no,
I
no,
also love
maybe.
to see him.
Oh no, no, I think Sai Sudarshan will play. Maybe Karan Nair may not play.
Controversial, controversial. I would go with Karun Nair because I think
I know. I Me too. Me
what I
too.
saw of
100%.
him so far, I think he's got the temperament
I agree
and
with
he's got
you,
that
but then
experience as well.
I agree with you, but then I just don't see where where you will not have Sai Sudarshan not playing because you do need a good number three, and Pant is just not a number three player. So that's why I think Karan Nair won't play. So Pant will be there in his place, somewhere around there. So if we take Karan Nair, Pant definitely will make it from that point of view. And then number eight, you'll have Sardul Thakur, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. That
But
makes total sense.
and then you'll have okay. So where are we now? We have Prasid Krishna
Yeah, Siraj
and
and Bumrah.
yeah, okay, Paul Kuldeep Yadav, but I think it's correct because you don't need two spinners at
That's
Leeds.
that that is a really good bowling attack, Sid. If I look at it,
Mm. Yeah,
you've got Siraj, the pace of Siraj. You've got Bumrah. I mean, Bumrah is
love
Bumrah, and you've got
yeah,
Prasid Krishna with the height. So
yeah,
you're essentially going in with four seamers and one spinner
and Jadeja as a spinner.
Jadeja. So that's a decent attack, eh? That is a decent attack. So what do you fancy?
Do you want to revisit? Yeah, I think if India apply themselves, my only issue is that because it's Headingley with overcast conditions, I will still make England favourites. But it wouldn't surprise me if India play according to potential. They can land the first blow. Then I think from that point of view, yeah, I think the West way of India winning, they'll take the first test, and then hopefully from that point of view, they'll probably nick the series 3-2, and maybe 2-1, with one being a proper draw and then one being bad weather. And when I mean a proper draw, you'll have India trying to survive the game, not England, because England and draws don't work. So I think that's my theory. Yeah, I think that's all right.
I'll be honest with you. I don't see any draws in this Test series because this England team
No,
doesn't do any draws. It's
no, no.
it's it's it's
I
yeah,
said that one draw, India will be the one surviving one of those matches, and that one match will
sure.
be rained off. Yeah, that's what I say. But I still think England will win the series, whether it's 3-1. But I think if India were to win the series, it'll probably be 2-1 or 3-2. But I think 2-1 is more realistic.
So I'm going 3-2. I'm going 3-2 to England,
Okay.
based on what we're seeing in terms of experience. But the reason why I'm going 3-2 is because I don't see Bumrah playing all five
Hmm.
Test matches.
I agree.
But I do think, and I'll be honest with you right now, I do think the matches that he does play, he's going to be a big influence, and I think he's going to
Mm-hmm.
win those games for India. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's going to be 3-2 to England.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be surprised if India
Pardon?
managed to win the series as well, because England's bowling is also looking very thin.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
But then, by what margin do you think India will win?
Um, I'd probably go 2-1, son. 2-1. I,
Oh,
I I
same as
think
me.
India needs some weather. They probably need some weather to help them as well. Yeah,
Hmm. But then
yeah,
you
they need some
said,
weather.
so you think India will be the one surviving the one draw, and you'll think the one match will be rained off. So you're going to go,
Probably,
you're
yeah,
going with this,
probably.
yeah. So you're going with
Yeah,
same theory
I
as
would
me.
say, I would say Old Trafford probably you might get some rain because it generally rains a lot in Old Trafford.
Oh
So
yes,
possibly,
that's true. That's true.
yes, in
England were denied a,
Manchester.
yeah, England were denied a win
Yes.
there.
Do you remember
Yes.
the Manas game where he batted out to get a draw? So yeah,
That was so
I'm looking at that
irritating.
Old Trafford game, and I think I'm just going my gut feeling here, but I think there is some weather
Mm-hmm.
going around there. That one could probably be a draw.
Yeah,
But
but I just want to
I think the pitches that India would enjoy, Sid, I think they'll enjoy Lords,
Mm-hmm.
Headingley, and I think they'll definitely lefty love the Oval. The Oval
Okay.
is a place where they can get some good runs going. So yeah, they're gonna love playing at the Oval as well.
Okay, so let's stick to our predictions. I'm going 3-1 to England, and then you're going with 3-2 to England. And I
I'm
remember
going
you
3-2.
brought, yeah, yeah, and then Juvi last week win 3-0 to India, which I found very optimistic. But I would love to see that happening.
That's very optimistic. I think if England lose 3-0 at home, they shouldn't even bother going to Australia.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you there.
If England lose 3-0 to India at home, they shouldn't bother going to Australia.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. Although anything can happen. It could happen. I tell you why. Because the bowling attack, as they say, is thin, and if they have those
It's
flat
very thin,
pitches,
yeah.
right? And if they have those flat pitches, and I think if India bat first and make about on those flat pitches 400 to 500 runs, then I think it's possible because it could happen. But that's just my optimistic outlook on that. So,
Okay, yeah.
okay,
Um,
sorry.
let's get some predictions here, maybe. Who's going to be the
Sure.
top run scorer for India?
Okay. Okay, that's going to be easy. I think it's between, I'm going to say KL Rahul or Shubman Gill, because Shubman Gill left to make the top run as captain to lead from the front. So I'll put it between those two players. You?
I'm going Jaiswal. I'm going
Oh, yeah,
Jaiswal. I just think
I forgot
I think
about
he's
him.
so
Okay, fine.
talented, man.
Fine, we'll leave it
I
at three players then that could do it.
yeah, I'm going Jaiswal. I think he's going to be the top run scorer for India. I think KL is going to come second, interestingly, because of his experience. I think he's the most experienced batter in this Indian lineup, and I think Rishabh
Mhm.
Pant as well. I think he's going to come to the party soon. So just watch the
Maybe.
space. Mm.
Okay. And what about for England? I think the top scorer will be Joe Root. He's in awesome form.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't disagree with that.
If not Joe Root, it's Harry Brook.
Yeah, I was just going to say Harry Brook as well. Harry Brook might score some runs as well. So probably Root and Brook. But for India, I'm going Jaiswal. I think he's going to be the top run scorer.
Okay. And who do you think will be the top wicket
That's
taker
mine.
for India? I'm gonna go with Bumrah being the top wicket
Come
taker, even
on.
though I
I mean,
won't blame
that's an easy one, Sid. Bumrah,
just
definitely.
yeah. For for okay for England, I think it's gonna be. Whew, this is gonna be tricky, man. For England, who do you think
That's a
could be?
tough one. That is a tough one
Yeah, I
because
think I
England
know
don't
who.
have a good bowling attack.
I think it's gonna be. I think I'm gonna. I think it's between. I think it's between Wokes and Carson. When I look at this attack.
I'll go with Wokes and Bashir. I think
Okay.
Bashir will have a big series as well. Yeah, yeah.
The only reason
So
why,
those are
why I
my
didn't
two.
mention I didn't mention Bashir because those pitches don't turn much, and Bashir he's a good bowler. He's upcoming. He's still learning on the job. So that's why I didn't go for him. But yeah, although if you remember how India played Moeen Ali the last time, not the last time, but the series before that, I mean they were hopeless. I mean it was so embarrassing to watch. So I guess if you're
Yeah.
not going to put Bashir, I mean it wouldn't surprise me. But I think, but this Indian team, it's a nice. I think Yuvi said it best that it was so late. It was better than late that India finally put all these youngsters. But I think it took a bit of a tamacho from India. I mean, from other opponents. It took a tamacho from by India getting whacked so badly in New Zealand and Australia that they had to do all these changes. Sometimes getting beaten badly makes you learn.
Yeah, I mean, who could forget the New Zealand series at home? I mean, I didn't see that coming, Sid. Nobody
Me
saw that
too.
coming. The BGT one was probably a little bit of expected, I would say,
Mm,
because given how the pitches were and given the Indian
yeah,
batting lineup.
yeah.
But as I said, it's a new era now for Indian cricket,
Hmm.
and hopefully they can find some new stars on this tour because I think this tour is a great opportunity for this young Indian team to show their credentials in Test cricket. And yeah, I mean they've had a good run. They've had a good runs with
Hmm.
Kohli and Rohit in the team.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
had a magnificent Test record at home for
Hmm.
so long until it was broken last year,
Hmm.
and of all teams, New Zealand. So I think it's all about rebuilding now. But I think India's their target is going to remain the same. They want to qualify for the WTC final, so they're going to try and do whatever they can to get to the next final. And what I'm hearing is the next final might not be in England as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think there is some talks with Jay Shah regarding this.
Hmm.
It might be moved to India, possibly.
In that case, I'm hoping. I would love
Yeah.
to have a if it's in India, it'll be so conflicting to watch. If you have an India South Africa final, I'd hate to see that
But
happen. I mean,
I mean,
mhm,
just a quick one. How was that
mhm.
support for SA at Lord's? Sid? I thought it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I kind of felt from what I was hearing that it was gonna be majority of the crowd was gonna go for SA because naturally the Englishmen are not gonna support Australia, so it's gonna be a
Of
default
course,
support
of
for
course.
South Africa, and therefore even the SA players were feeling that they were playing in South Africa, so it was so nice.
It was
So
brilliant. It
good.
was brilliant. I mean, what an atmosphere. I mean, I wish I was there, but wow. I
Me
mean,
too. Me too.
amazing, amazing. I mean, if there's one ground that I want to go and experience one day, it's probably Lord's.
Of
I
course, of
mean,
course.
just the entire. I mean, just the scenery of Lord's. I mean, the balconies, and I mean the media box, and
Mm.
the museum is just such an historic place. And yeah, I mean, what a setting for a final, eh?
Yeah, I just want to. Okay, so before we finally wrap off, this West Indies and Ireland thing has been really a waste of time for West Indies. Two T20s got abandoned. This today is the last one. Hopefully, it doesn't get abandoned. Starts at 4 o'clock. Do you think it's going to be a hat trick of abandoned matches?
Well, if that happens, that's going to be a disaster for the broadcasters. And I think if that's the
Mm.
case, I think Ireland needs to stop hosting matches.
Shame, man. I feel for them because they're
Yeah,
not a bad team. They
I
just
do, I
need
do. Yeah, I
defensive
mean,
rhetoric.
there has to be another plan. Whether they might move their
Mm.
matches to England. It probably would
Yes.
help them if they move their matches to England, sir. It
Hmm.
probably would help them. Yeah.
Okay, before we do a wrap, this guy in the comments wanted us to give him a shout out here. If you can see, hi Adam and Chris.
How's it, Adam?
Okay, all right. Anything you want to cover before we wrap off?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this England and India series. Hey, I think it's a great rivalry, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to an exciting series. And I mean, I'm in the mood for Test cricket now. I'm in the mood. I
Mm.
mean, after this final, I just want to watch more and more Test cricket. So really looking forward to the series.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of good things happening, especially for you. I wish RCB won, South Africa won, maybe,
What a year! What a year it's
and then
been. I mean,
maybe India wins as well. Hat trick. I like it.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, see you next week, man.
Cheers, buddy. Take care.
Cheers, man. You too.